Hello, I'm back with another tutorial. Welcome. So we're right in October. This is going to be a Halloween rock, and I'm drawing a Jason mask for Friday the 13th. We are smack dab right in the middle of our plane ride in Santorini Stones by Shelley, and the second week is Friday the 13th. So we're super excited. I am sketching out everything on this rock that I want to do, and as you see, I've made lots of mistakes and erased. But this is the cool thing about sketching out lightly on a rock and being able to erase it. So you just kind of sketch what you want, and even if you don't have it exactly where you want it with the sketch, you can fix it with paint, and I'll show you in just a second. So around the mask part, I'm applying black, and then on the bottom around the machete, I'm applying black, and it's just plain old apple barrel black. And now I'm mixing up some blue. I will list all the colors in the description below. Some of these were Liquitex basics, and I made this color. I just added some blue and white together to make a light blue. It was a little bright for me, so I'll tone it down here in a little bit. But I just went ahead and decided to cover the whole mask with blue and then go back with white to make it look kind of like a moon. So this will be full moon Jason. And you'll see here, this is where I'm going to fix the mask some more with the paint. So you are never stuck if you sketch it out and it still doesn't seem right. You can totally fix it, especially when you have like black or another color on the outside. Just keep going in and lining it out until you get it where you want it. Now I'm going to start mixing some black into, this is a Mars black, and the white is the titanium white by Liquitex Basics. And I'm using a scruffy brush, and I'm just going to go in and kind of make the little spots on the moon. And it still seems a little bright for me, so I'm going to go in and add more here in a minute. This was so much fun to paint. I hope y'all give it a try. I'm not a big horror fan, but my husband is, and a lot of people I know are horror fans, so I had fun with this one, even though I'm not much into it. But I don't mind painting it. I just don't want to watch it. And then I have nightmares. So I'm still kind of working it out on what I want to do, and I'll get to a point where I just am going to cover the whole thing in white, and then I'm going to go back while it's still wet and just take a brush that's dampened and go in and take out some of that paint. And then I'll add a little more blue in. So then I kind of start getting my moon color that I like. So this next color is for the lake, and I kind of just mixed up some of the black and the blue together, and it doesn't end up dark enough. So you're going to see this one coat. Once I let it dry, I went in with Decoart Americana in the dark midnight blue, and made it quite a bit darker. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm just using a small square brush to do this. It worked out perfect. And then while that paint is still wet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my brush into the blue and then just the corner in white. And I'm going to start going back and forth on that, and it'll make the little white reflections in the water. So I'm sketching out right now just kind of where I want the eyes and some of the circles on the mask, and, you know, all the little designs. And it's not exact because I'll change it up a little bit when I start putting the paint in. But this just gives me kind of an idea of where to start. So this is the part where I'm doing the lake. And I just want it to look like the moon is shining on the water just a little bit. It's a fun technique to do just the corner white. And then, you know, if you get too much, go back in with some dark. Take some dark out. Take some light out. Just have some fun with it. I hope everyone's doing great. We're in the middle of baseball playoffs, and my whole family is big into baseball, and football just started, so that's been exciting. So I'm taking a dotting tool and making the holes in the mask. I thought this would be the best way to do it and make it more uniform. So I just grabbed one of my DIY mandala dotting tools and that midnight blue, I'm sorry, I keep getting that name wrong. And I put all the holes in. Now I'm just going to work on some other little details. This month seems like it's already flying by. I can't believe it. I've been having a lot of fun with the Halloween rocks this year. I didn't do as many last year, so I've been having some fun. Don't know if I'm ready for the Christmas rock yet, though. So now I'm taking some bronze in the Liquitex Basics, and I added black to it to put the handle on the machete. And then I'm going to apply the bronze on the blade. And of course it's really light. It's going to take quite a bit of coats of that. And then I'm going to darken it up with some black. But all I used for this machete, the base colors, was bronze and black. And I'm just going to keep going on. And I let it dry, and then I go back and I add more color. And I just keep layering up. So you start off with your base, and then you put another layer, and then you start adding. I put bronze in, and then I go back and add a little more black for the shadow on the blade. And then on the handle, I'm doing the same. I'm going back and adding some bronze to the darker. And then I'm going to take white. And then I'm going to take black. So you just slowly layer it. And right now I'm letting it dry. I'm putting a little bit of grass in with my rake brush. And the same apple barrel black. So now I'm going in and highlighting the blade. And all around the handle. And as you see, I added a little bit of bronze into it just to give it a little bit of color for the highlighting on the handle of the machete. It sounds so funny talking about the machete. Like, I didn't think I would ever paint a machete, but I did it. Now I'm just highlighting. Now I'm going to put a little bit of black here and there on the handle. Do a little cleanup. And now I'm taking a little bit of black. What I did is I have a scruffy brush and I put paint on it, and then I took a lot of the paint off, and I'm slowly building up the black for the shadow in the blade. Now I'm drawing the little figure of Jason in a silhouette on the mask. So you don't have to be like really precise about this, as long as he has a head and some kind of a body and some legs and an arm. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, because it's just like really far away, just a shadow of him in the moon. So one of the dots was in the way, so I just took my little tiny liner brush and I just go in and take that dot out so you can see his arm. And I put a little line around the back of his head just so his head shows. So yeah, I just kind of put in a little outline there so you can see it pop out. And you can kind of see it kind of coming together. And I had his arm too short, so you'll see I go in and add his arm back in a little bit. And cleaning him up with white is okay because there's white on the mask. So right here, I messed up and I thought I was recording and I did not push the record button, I guess. But I am using a gel nail polish in red, and it's UV. I put it on the blood where I wanted it on the machete, and then I put it under the UV light and did it for 120 seconds. And it came out perfect blood on the machete. So again, that was a gel nail polish. The brand is called Saviland, and there's 6 colors in it. So now I'm doing some grass, and I'm using my extreme glitter in black, and I'm just adding in some blades of grass to give it some texture, so it doesn't just look like a flat black laying there. It actually looks like a little bit of grass, sort of. And make sure that you let that dry completely before you do any kind of sealing. Now I'm going to add some... I wasn't going to add stars, but then I changed my mind. And I was like, I gotta have stars in the sky. So I added a bunch of stars with just a dotting tool. Kept dotting into the bigger dots to make littler dots, that kind of thing. And then I'm going to add some Gitterific black opal, just for some sparkle in the sky. And this is about done. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all give it a try. Thank you so much for watching. And y'all have a great week. And happy October.